This
taking the
conference
training
will now be recorded.
8.4 version guys. So the training will be given on 8.4 version. So coming to the today's topic, I'm going to discuss about installation. And anybody missed the demo session, I'll be once again sharing the demo video along with today's topic. So some who joined new today, so I'll be again sharing the demo video. You can just go through that one. And today I'm going to directly discuss about installation process. And maximum any version installation process is same. Okay, so maximum just 5% difference will be there, so that you cannot notice until you do that installation setup. So but coming to 8.4 version, what is the procedure and what is the setup configuration we have to do, I'm going to discuss all the details today. And by end of the day, I'll be sharing the file. You can download and you can install whenever you get time. Okay, so by weekend you can complete, there is no hurry. If you don't get time in the weekdays, so you can complete the installation by weekend, you can complete. Okay, so the process is, as I said, the system requirement, any system requirement, it is okay, it will support. So any processor with 60, if it is a Windows means 64-bit operating system is required, and you require a Mac operating system. Mac OS is required, and after that you have to go for 4 GB RAM. Minimum 4 GB RAM is required. Okay, it is recommended, and free space 10 GB free space, and any browser, any latest version browser which is having the latest version, it will support. Okay, so these requirements will get in every system. Okay, that is not an issue. So most of the systems will get this requirement by default. And whenever we install Pega, so Pega, whatever we are installing, that is called as home edition, or we can also call it as personal edition. So personal edition or home edition both are same. Suppose see in the company software we use, you will be using enterprise edition, and here in the personal edition whatever we are using, so that is called as home edition. See the difference is, if you are using enterprise edition, only thing is the connection setup and all directly it will be connected from the server group, it will be connected. That is, in your system, every system no need to install the setup. So directly will be given some URL or IP address, and every developer will be connected to the Pega server. So based on the credentials you give, so automatically like a network access or single sign-on access will be provided, and directly will be connected to the Pega application. But what is home edition means? See, home edition setup and look and feel everything, all the concepts in the application, all the options in the application will be same. One other difference is in home edition and enterprise edition. See, in home edition, by default, it will configure one default database and server. But in the enterprise edition, that is when you are working on any project in a company, depend upon their requirement, they can choose the database and server. Suppose in one project they need to use SQL server and SQL database and some WebLogic server. So they have to choose that option. But in the personal edition, there is no choice to select the database and server automatically. So it will install database called PostgreSQL, and server will be Tomcat is the default server. So whenever we install Pega, so these four components will get installed. Okay, so PRPC. So currently this version is 8.4 I'm taking. So 8.4 version will install. So 8.4 means nothing but Pega rules process commander will install, and Java will get installed along with Pega. And one database. Database is PostgreSQL or PJSQL we used to call, and server is Tomcat. So these are the four components it is going to install in the home edition. If it is enterprise edition means PRPC is component, and in the background server level Java will get installed, but this database and server can be different. Okay, depend upon the project requirement, they can install any database and any server they can choose while installing the setup. That is accordingly Pega systems will provide the license. So what database is required and which server is required, they can choose the database and server. Okay, but in personal edition, you don't get a choice. You don't have a choice to choose the database and server, because with the default version, whatever the version personal edition setup is there, they'll be providing a default database and default server they'll be giving. So that is only difference. So in the real time, if you work on any other database or server, working process is same, no change, no difference will be there. Okay? So these are the four things it will get installed as a package. So why I'm saying as a package means, see in your system, if you already have Java setup installed in your system, it will not conflict with that. Okay, so Pega here it will install as a package. So even if we have the same database in your system already installed, it will not conflict. Earlier means like before 7 version, if you want to install Pega means if any Java or any databases are there, we have to uninstall and then only we can install Pega. But after 7, if you have any Java setup in your system or if you have any same database or any other databases are there also, it will not conflict. Okay. So these are the system requirements to install the application, and these are the things it is going to get installed in the Mega platform.
Hello,
Okay.
Hari. I have one
Yes, tell
question.
me.
So
Yes.
actually, as you said, personal edition and enterprise edition. So
Yeah.
suppose if we register for the personal edition with my email ID, so it will be like, uh, like it will be eligible for the entire. At least I can use n number
See,
of
this is
years, right?
lifetime. Yeah, you can
Lifetime, right?
see it is not like a, it will not expire or nothing will be there. See, if you
Hmm.
install until you remove that, it will be permanently it will be there. Like lifetime access will be there for the application. Okay. So no need to worry. It is not only for this up to this training or after this training it will not expire. So if you download the setup and if you install that in your system, until we remove manually, it will not be expired. Okay. It will
Uh,
not
and
be.
suppose and suppose if I want to install 8.5, suppose in future, suppose Pega will come with 8.5 or whatever the latest
Okay.
version. So what about
Yeah.
that? How can we install that?
Then the thing is, you cannot upgrade directly. Upgrade will not be there. If you want to install, suppose 8.18, suppose previously 7 version is there. If I want to install 8.1 or 8.4, I have to remove that, uninstall the previous version, and again install the latest version. See, in Pega, upgrade will not be there. They will
Hmm.
upgrade, but when you want to install the setup in your systems, you cannot upgrade. You have to completely remove the setup and then again install the new version. Okay.
So if we remove the Pega, so automatically by default, whatever the features is coming with them, like Java, Post, GRE, SQL,
Everything
Apache,
completely. How to
automatically.
uninstall, how to remove, I'll tell you. Yeah, how to remove, I'll tell you. Then
Okay.
nothing, simple. One delete option, one delete button, one folder will be there. Just to delete that folder, completely it will be uninstall. Okay, here nothing
Okay.
to go for the program files and remove anything. Just delete one folder, a complete application will be removed. Okay, complete like application completely it will be removed. I will discuss that. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Let me complete the entire process and later after the discussion, I will take any questions. Okay? Now, so anybody using Windows 7, okay? If you are using Windows 7, try to do these two settings. One is disable antivirus before the starting the installation, only for Windows 7 users, okay? If you are using Windows latest like 10 or 8, no need to do. Only for Windows 7, disable antivirus. And other thing is you'll be having some user account control settings. Some setting will be there. How to go to that, I have given the options here. Control panel, user accounts, and here you'll be having this option. Okay, if anybody uses Windows 7, then only do these settings, otherwise not required. So we have to move the slider to never notify. Suppose if the bar is like this, so move the bar to never notify. Then after that you need to restart the system. Okay, so if you do this setting means you have to restart the computer and then we have to proceed with the installation process. Now, first of all, if you want to install Python, you must have the download file, right? So today, by end of the day, I'll be sharing the download file. Okay, 8.4 setup file I'll be sharing with you. It will be around 3.5 GB, 3.6 up to that size will be there. So download that file. Maximum download if you have a good bandwidth, it will take just half an hour to 1 hour, less than 1 hour only it will be taking. Suppose it depends upon your bandwidth again, speed and all. If you have a good bandwidth speed and all, maximum within less than 20 minutes to 1 hour time it will take. Okay, and you have to extract that one. See, when you download it will be zip file, right? In a zip format, it will say or RAR format. What are the extraction format you have in your system? If it is a RAR format is installed in your system, like in a RAR format, it will say. If it is zip format is there in your system, in a zip format, it will say. So after that, extract the file. Okay, file means nothing but, for example, See, some files are there, for example, give me a second. Suppose like this, you'll be getting the file, right? So this is 8.4. For example, if you want to extract that one, right click on that file, what are the file you downloaded. See, use this option, okay, extract to folder you have to use or extract files you have to use. Don't use extract here. See, if you use extract here, what happens is individually the files will be extracted. So better go with this option, extract to, again to the same folder name if you extract. So like this, your folder will be extracted and inside that you can see all the files. Okay, I think you got this point. So when you are extracting this zip file, so try to use this option. Right click on that and use this option extract to this folder name. So then all the files will be extracted to a separate folder. Okay, so then in that folder you'll be having all the installation files you'll be having. And once the thing is, after the download is completed, the download can be there in the under any of these path, downloads or desktop or document. See, don't directly run from this path after extraction. So directly don't run the installation from this any of this path, because if you run from any of this path, the installation files will, that is, it will not read all the files. Some database files and exe files will be there. It will not read all the files directly if you run from the download or desktop or document. So the thing is, once extracted, copy that particular folder, what are the extracted folder is there, this particular folder is there, right? So copy this folder to some directory. So directory means, suppose in your system, any, suppose only C drive is there, copy to C drive. Suppose if any partitions are there, copy to any other, some other directory can copy. So don't directly run from download or desktop or documents path. Okay, if you run from there means installation will start, but it will not be successfully completed. Partially it will install means nothing, but it will not complete successfully. So first step is to download the file whatever given. So after that, extract that file to folder, and then copy the folder to some directory. Okay, what are the directory where you are having some space, 10 GB free space in any drive it is there. So copy to the drive. Suppose only C if we have, copy to the C drive. Or if we have any other partitions like F drive or some other drive, so copy to some other drive. And other thing is, when you copy to some directory again, uh, actually don't create any folders again. See, sometimes what they'll be doing, some, you'll be creating some additional folder. Okay, so don't create any separate folder, directly on top of directory only you have to copy. Again, don't create any new folders like Pega software or Pega software, don't give any additional folders. Okay, so after we open, so directly on top of directory how to copy the file. Okay, and once you copy, open that one. See, in my system, I added this folder in the F directory. Okay, in my system, I installed it from the F directory, and you'll be having a option, install option, install file will be there. Okay, it's a batch file. So in order to start the installation, you need to click on install.batch file. You need to click. Okay. So once again, I'll repeat the process. So download, extract, then copy to some directory. That folder, what are the extracted folder? Copy to some directory path and directly copy on top of directory. Again, don't create any additional folders. Again, if you create folders, what happens means, if folder contains any spaces, again it will not read the exe files and database will not install properly. Okay, not properly means it will never install. If space is there for the folder name, it will not install properly. Another thing is, don't change this folder name also. Okay, whatever the file is there, don't change this file name. You can change, but why I'm saying not to change means, sometimes when you change the folder name, you may give some spaces. Okay, you can give any name, but the thing is, why I'm saying don't change means, suppose if I tell you can change the folder name, if I say some will give some different names with spaces and all. If spaces are there for this folder, then it will not read the installation files, it will not read when you start the installation. So that's why whatever the file name it is extracted, so keep the same name for the folder. Okay, and then once you have to now start the installation by clicking on the install icon. If you click, automatically it will start the installation. Now let's see the process. I'm not installing again in my system, but some wizard will open. In that wizard, what are the things you need to choose? Just I'll show the process. So generally, once that extraction and after copying the after moving the folder to some directory, click on this file install.batch file. It will open a command prompt like this. Don't close this window. You have to minimize this window. You need to minimize this window. And meanwhile, one small wizard will open. Okay, one wizard will open within 20 to 30 seconds. It will take some time, 20-30 seconds time it will take, and it is going to display some widget. And in that widget, just proceed with the buttons like next, accept, and like we have to proceed with the button controls. Nothing to change. So this is the installation widget. So in this widget, just follow the screens. Okay, click on next button. So prerequisites, nothing. Prerequisites means in the starting of the document, I have given the prerequisites means what is the system requirements. Actually, in old or previous versions, means the same requirements you will be getting in the prerequisites, but in the present version, they will not give any options. These are prerequisites. That is, what are the system requirements and what are the things it is getting installed. So those are prerequisites. But in the latest versions, we didn't get any display. We didn't get. Just click on next button. License agreement. Click on accept. And what are the things it is installing? Installation process means step by step what it will configure. It will just give the information here. First of all, it will load all the files. Then it will install the server. Inside the server, Java also get installed. Then it will load the database platform. That is, database will get installed. Then it will create some desktop shortcuts. See, for your installation, after the installation is completed, it will be creating some shortcuts in the desktop. Okay, and then it will launch Pega platform. See here, this Pega Personal Edition works on intranet server. What is internet server? So whenever you want to see without internet connection, you can work on Pega application. Okay, so internet server means see whenever you want to work on application, you have to start the platform server manually, and then during working it will be open. That is, the command prompt will be opening, right? So that command prompt will be running in the backend. We have to minimize that, and you have to open application in the browser. That I will show you. No need to worry. So here we are working on internet server. So in your application, if you want to work, that server will be running in the background, and automatically after installation is completed, it will launch by default. Okay, so that's why this checkboxes, all the checkboxes are enabled. So no need to change anything. So this is just installation process step by step. What are the things it will do? Just information is given. Just you need to click on the next button, and then see in your system under which directory you want to install. You can see by default means it will display C drive, because by default your OS configuration wherever it is there. So it will take the same directory. It will take. Okay, always in every system C drive is the default directory, right? So automatically it will give C as a default directory. Suppose in your system, if you have any other partitions, then you can change the directory path. You can change, but manually only we have to give. Suppose see in my system means I install in F directory. So in your system, if we have any other partitions, you can change the directory path. Suppose D means give D, F means give F. Okay, so like that. So choose the directory. So where you want to install. So in that directory, 5 plus GB means up to 10 GB. Pega itself will take some 8 GB, 7.5 to 8 GB size it will take. Okay, and later when you are creating any data in any applications when you are creating, so the size will increase automatically. Like 2 to 3 GB size is required to save all the data in your application. So overall 10 GB free space is required. Okay, so then only it will allow you to install the application. If you suppose if you have only 4 GB or something, 5 GB only is there, so it will not install. It will not proceed with installation. So around 10 GB free space must be there in the directory where you are installing. Then proceed with the next step. Okay, here it will allocate some port numbers for the database and server. Okay, so for the server and database, some port number will be allocated. That one automatically it will take. Okay, so system will automatically take. See, but in my system already the version is installed, right? So 8.4 is already there in my system. So in my system, again, I'm doing this process. So if I click on port availability in my system, it says that port is not available. But in your system, when you're first time if you're installing, you'll be getting that port is available. So if port is available, then only we can continue. Because if database port or server port is not available, again installation will not happen. It will happen, but it will fail. Okay, installation will fail. See, when you get this screen anyway, maximum it will take only unique port numbers only it will take in your system when you are installing Pega for the first time. So, but anyway, when you get this screen, check the port availability. So you should get these buttons. The port is available, you should get. Then only you can continue to the next screen. So here if you see, so here when you get this screen port, the configuration screen, click on this button, port availability button. So if you get this one port available, if you get, you can continue to the next screen. See, if you are getting port is not available like in my system, so you have to change the numbers. Some other numbers I have given. For the server, I have given other numbers is 9090 you can change. Or for the database, you can give these other numbers 5433, 5434 you can. Okay. So maximum if you are installing for the first time, so numbers will be uniquely only to be SNE. But if you already have some other version in your system, means then you have to change the numbers to some other port number you have to change. If it is a Tomcat server means 9090 you can do. If it is a database port means 5433 or 5434 you can say. Okay. Anyway, click on next button and here click on start button. Okay, in my system I'm not starting because already the setup is there in my PC. So here when you click on start button, from here it will take some 40 minutes to 1 hour time it will take. Okay, that depend upon system to system, the time can vary, but mostly 36 minutes to 1 hour time it is going to take. So within that time, no need to do anything, no need to click on anything, just click on start button and wait like the charger and leave it. And during this installation, again, don't do any work because it will be very slow. Means don't open any other things. So until the setup is completed, like the charger, and just you can keep aside that don't touch anything or don't click anything. It will automatically complete the setup. Okay, so this entire process, once you click on start button, so this process will be taking around 36 minutes to. So in my system, it took around 36 minutes 43 seconds. But in your system, it may take less time or more time also it can take. That depend upon your system configuration and all. And finally, so once you so once the installation setup is completed, you will get this message. Rule-based load complete, one message you'll be getting. Suppose during installation, if anything, suppose anything mistake is there, you will not get this message. You'll be getting that application uninstalled successfully. So if you are getting that message, there is some issue with installation process. So if you get this message, rule-based load complete means so Pega successfully installed in your systems. Okay. So, and finally, what happens means in your application, in your system, application page also will automatically open. That is, login page also will automatically open by default. Okay, up to there, automatically it will happen. So, but in my system, if I want to open the application login page, so I need to click on the login icon. Okay, that I'll discuss again. So once again, I'll repeat this process. So once again, some joined just recently, right? So who is the topic? So these are the system requirements and whenever we install Pega, these are the four components it is going to get installed. See here, no need to install anything as a separately. Everything will install as a package, and you will not configure any settings or no need to configure any other local host anything. No need to configure manually. Everything will configure by default. But later some other connections will be creating. PGP4 connection I'll discuss. After this topic I'll discuss. So these are the four components it will install. And once the installation, so download the file. I'll give the file today. Maximum, I need to, I have some work immediately. Maximum by end of the day you'll be getting the download file. Okay. So whenever you get time or complete it by weekend. By weekend you can complete. There is no hurry. Okay, but from tomorrow practicals will start, but this installation process and other things whenever you get time you can complete in the weekend. Okay, So download the file and extract that one, copy to some directory path, and then from there click on install option. Then it will open the wizard within 30 seconds, and in that wizard follow the screens. Click on next, next, accept, license agreement, accept, and installation process. Click on next. Means will not change anything except in this path. Directory path if want to change, you can change. Otherwise, automatically if want to install in C directory, keep it like that. Except this, no need to change anything in this widget. And port configuration also you'll be getting mostly available. But anyway, once you get this screen, check the availability. If available means okay, continue with the next screen. If not available, change the number. Which port is not available, you can change that number. The number list I have given below, you can check here. Okay, any number is not available, change the other number. And finally click on the start button. So this process will be taking some 36 minutes to 1 hour time, and finally you'll be getting this alert, rule based load complete. If you get this means, you can conclude that Pega successfully installed. Suppose still there is any doubt, is there in any other application successfully installed or not. After loading this one, it will also load the login page in some browser in your system. What is the default browser? Suppose if Chrome is default browser, in Chrome automatically application will open and login page will display automatically. Okay, so the login page will be like this. So till here everything will be automatically done. So once you click on start button, till this login page, everything will be done automatically. You will not click on anything in between. Okay. So once it is done, then you can conclude this successfully install. Suppose if you don't get this alert message that if you are getting like a rule base completed unsuccessfully, then you have some issue with installation. Suppose if there is, suppose installation failed one time. So what is the process we have to do next time is, we have to remove the application and again we have to reinstall the application. See, what are the reasons installation may fail? There are three reasons installation may fail. If the system requirements are not matching, suppose if you are installing the application in 32-bit operating system and you don't have a RAM size more than 4 GB, we have less than 4 GB is there, or if you don't have enough space in a directory, there is this is one reason to fail. Second reason is, if you directly run from the desktop or documents or download path only directly, if you run from there, then installation may fail. Third reason, if port configuration is not matching, so then it may fail. So these are the three reasons. So if you check these three things correctly, system requirement if you check, and second thing, if you check from where you are installing, compulsory run the installation path from the directory path. Okay, any drive, C drive or F drive or wherever, so directly run from the directory only how to run. And third one is check the port numbers. Okay, so only these three things if you check, it will install successfully. So mostly it will not fail, guys. If you once check these requirements, you can complete installation in the first attempt only. That is nothing difficult also. We will not manually provide any parameters. Automatically follow the buttons. It will automatically install in your system. And suppose if installation failed, what we have to do means, see, generally after installation in your systems, what is the directory you given? See, C directory, it is asking a directory path, right? So I installed in F directory. In F directory or C directory or whatever you selected, it will be creating one folder, PRPC personal edition folder. Okay. So in this folder, you will get all the things installed. Say Java, database, and server, and scripts and temp files. Everything will be installed in this one folder only. So if you want to suppose, see whether installation success or fail, also this will be created and this will be installed. Partially it will be installed, but not completely. Partially it will be installed. So partial installation, then also these folders will be created. So if installation, it says that installation unsuccessfully finished means we have to uninstall. So how to uninstall means, see, when you install this application in the background, this startup platform will be running. This command prompt, in the command prompt, some platform server will be running. So what you have to do means, if you want to uninstall means, so first of all, there is three icons will be created in the desktop. So first I'll discuss about these three icons, then I'll discuss about installation process. See, when installation happens, you will be getting three icons will be created. One is called a startup icon, other one is called a shutdown icon, and third one is login icon. See, when you install the application for the first time, startup will automatically happen. You don't need to manually start. Automatically, this command prompt, everything it load and login page also it load. So startup will happen automatically. So if you want to suppose today you shut down the system and again you want to start the application. See today morning you opened the you restarted your system or you shut down and open the system again. So then if you want to open Pega application means first you need to start the server. It's internet server, plug up platform also is to call, platform server is to call. So start the platform server. It will be taking some 3 minutes time, 3 to 4 minutes time it will be taking. Then after that, minimize that window. So this window you should not close directly. So always minimize the window. Then you have to use the login icon. If you click on login icon, application will open in a browser. In my system, I'm using Microsoft Edge browser. So in Microsoft Edge application will be fast. Okay. So try to use Microsoft Edge browser in your systems. If you maximum in every Windows you're getting this one. See how to choose this browser separately means. See if you want to set any browser as default. See suppose in your system some other browser, some Firefox or Chrome is set as a default browser means you can do this setting. Right click on this login icon. Use this option open with. So when you click on open with in your system, what are the available browsers it will show. So in that choose Microsoft Edge and enable this checkbox and click on OK. So from next time when you open the application, so the application will open in this Microsoft Edge browser. Okay. So here startup icon is to start the platform and login icon is to open your application in a browser. And there is other icon shutdown icon. See whenever your work is completed, browser you can close directly, no problem, but this command prompt you should not close directly. So directly if you click on close, the server will crash means application will crash. Okay, Pega installation whatever we have done, Pega will crash. Pega software will crash. So you should not close like more than 3 4 times continuously. If you close this window directly, so servers files, setup files, and all everything will crash. So the icon is there right here, shutdown icon. So anytime if you want to uninstall the application, you need to click on the shutdown icon you have to click. So don't click on directly, don't close the window. So whenever you want to uninstall application, so you have to use the shutdown icon you have to use. So if you want to open application, first of all, you need to start the server. So for that, you need to click on startup. For opening the application in a browser, you have to use the login icon. And once your work is done, see, remember anytime if you shut down your system, before you shut down your system or before you restart your system, remember compulsory use the shutdown icon because without shutting down the server, you cannot again. Suppose what happens if you didn't shut down this server properly means again when you restart and try to open the application, it will say that server is still running, not close it properly. So server is not closed properly. Some error you will be getting. Again, you have to shut down the server. Again, you need to start up the server. So these are the three icons you'll get in personal edition. In order to open the application, you want in order to start the server and shut down the server. Okay. So now already server is running right. So no need to click on startup again. So directly click on the login icon. But when you do the installation in your system for the first time, till here automatically everything will open. Even the login page also it will automatically load. So no need to do for the first time. But from second time, suppose today I want to shut down the system. What I need to do? Close the window and you have to click on the shutdown icon. Shutdown icon is quickly some within 20 seconds the server will close. Okay, the server will shut down. Then you can shut down the system and again you can if when you again start the system again what is the process again start the server, it will be taking some 3 to 4 minutes time. Then click on the login icon. So from second time manually we have to start the server and manually we need to click on the login icon. Only during the first installation only automatically everything will load, but from second time we have to anything manually only we have to do. Okay, so this is installation process. So up to here, don't worry. In the real time, you will not do this thing. Okay. So it is only for the home edition. In the real time, installation process will be maximum similar only, but you are not going to do in the real time. There is a separate team will be there, lead team will be there. So they are going to take care about all these things. Okay. Actually, the next two sessions also, whatever we discuss, your role will not be there. Your role will be very limited. Okay, Any senior developer will be doing the next two things, next 2 days, what are the topics we discuss. So those things will be done by lead team, it will be done. Okay. So but as a developer, just basic knowledge if we have, that is enough, and basic understanding if we have, that is enough. Okay. And okay, till here any questions? First of all, till this installation process, any questions before moving to the next topic?
Yeah, Hari, I have one question. So just so I did each and everything. For example, okay, so again tomorrow morning again I open the computer, and when I click on the startup icon, so
Yeah.
automatically that command prompt will open, right?
Yes.
Okay. And suppose before closing the Pega, so first we have to I have to click on the shutdown icon,
Yeah.
right? Which is
Shutdown
there
icon.
in the.
Yeah. Shutdown icon
So
will shut down the server. Startup
so
icon will start this platform.
yeah, so suppose if I click on the shutdown the server icon, so system will display some of the message like the server is shut down
System will
successfully,
not
something
display.
like that.
Uh, in the command prompt only you can see the logs. In the command prompt itself, separately outside the command prompt, you will not get any message. But in the command prompt logs only you can see. Okay, server shutdown successfully.
So
Server shutdown completed, you will be getting.
okay, and uh,
And window
so
also will
after
close automatically. Window also will
command
close automatically.
command prompt also close automatically after
Automatically.
clicking on
Yes, automatically it will close.
automatically so it
Yeah.
indicates that it's successfully shut down. It indicates that,
Yeah,
right,
shut
when
off.
the
Yeah,
command
if you
prompt.
get a message, see, sometimes we have to close it manually only, sometimes we have to close. Some cases it will close automatically only, it will close. Suppose after you see the message, see, just after 20 seconds you can close you can directly also you can close, no problem. Okay, if you get a message server shutdown completed, you will be getting a message in the logs. So if you get that message, you can directly also you can close, no problem. Okay. Suppose if
Okay.
you did not close, manually also you can close them. Okay.
Okay, so I and one more thing I just want to reconfirm as I think you said without internet also we can use Pega, right? So internet is not
Yes,
required. Why?
Pega
Because as
we
you
can
said,
work on without internet connection. Yeah, we can work on Pega.
because as you said, it will open in into the Microsoft Edge. So it is the Explorer, right? So I think internet is required because
No,
it is
no,
the
not
browser,
required.
right?
See,
It
any
is not.
browser, if you see for opening Pega application, browser we are using, but internet is not required. Okay? Application will
Okay.
open in a browser, and every development and all will do in a browser only, but no need to have an internet connection. Okay?
Okay.
Because when server is started, all the Pega rules will be loading. Okay, then no need to, without any internet connection only we can open application, we can work on application. Only few cases when it is requirement. Suppose if you want to particularly test some notification kind of things, if you want to test, then only we need the internet connection. Okay, when working on some modules, some rules will be there, notification rules if you want to verify. At that time, your emails, password and all verification will be done, right? At that time only you need the internet connection. Remaining rules and all, without internet connection only we can work. Okay. And I'm talking about uninstallation process, right? See, if suppose your installation did not happen successfully, so what we have to uninstall the application. See, suppose once installation failed, without uninstallation, if you repeatedly multiple times if install also 100 times if install also it will not install. So once remember, once installation failed, remove the files completely. Again, then only we can install. Then only we can a second time we can install. So how to uninstall means? So first thing is we have to shut down the server. Okay, in your system you need to click on the shutdown icon, because when platform is running, we cannot completely remove the application. So that is Pega we cannot uninstall. So first of all, shut down the server. Okay, what is the thing you need to do to shut down the platform? So you need to click on the shutdown icon. Okay, and second thing is only two steps: shut down the server, and in your directory wherever this PRPC personal edition folder is there, just delete this folder. Automatically completely Pega will be uninstalled. Just restart the system, it will be completely, all the traces and all the instances will be removed. Okay, so shut down the server and delete this folder, PRPC personal edition folder. Only these two steps, and no need to remove anything from the program files. Okay, see, in the add or remove programs or your program files where all the setup will be there, there nothing traces will not be there. only all the things whatever we install, everything is under this folder. Okay, so everything if want to remove, that is if want to uninstall means just delete the folder and restart the system, everything will be removed. Okay, and again second time, next time follow the process correctly, installation process. So in the first attempt only can completely successfully can install, guys, there is no issue. Simple, it is very simple. And anybody want to install a Mac operating system, once again we have to install the VMware Windows image, and under the Windows image we can again do the same configuration. For that I will be sharing some reference links how to configure VMware and how to under the Windows image. Okay, up to Windows image I will share the links. Again remaining process is same. If you want to install Pega, I'll be sharing this document and video. Again the process is same. Okay, so this is installation process, guys. And second thing is there will be something called server configuration. Okay, here Pega when installed, database is installed, and this server setup is everything is configured, and Java is also configured. But again, the thing is there will be something called some third-party rule base is given. In the yesterday session, when demo class is taken, if anybody missed the demo, once go through the demo video. I'll be sharing once again today along with today class. So there will be Pega rule base will be there. Okay, that Pega rule base manually we have to local host connection we have to set up. Okay, once installation is completed, in the real time not your task, but in the personal edition I'm going to show that setup, how to do that setup. So that setup is called as pgadmin for configuration or Pega rule base configuration we can say. See, just to follow the steps, whatever I'm showing. But what is the purpose of that connection and all, you'll understand after 3-4 classes, you'll understand. Okay, today I'm not discussing the purpose of that connection. Just what are the steps I'm showing. Once your installation is completed, you can, second thing, you have to do this thing. So for that, just I'll open one document. Give me 1 second. So we can call it as rule-based configuration or pgadmin for configuration. See, this one again it is a third-party thing which is integrated in Pega. So pgadmin 4 is some third-party setup. Okay. So from 7.4 we are using pgadmin 4. Before that means we are using pgadmin 3. The configuration steps are slightly different. Okay, but no need to worry. Nobody will ask these configuration steps in interviews. So only as per knowledge we must know, because in personal we have to do by ourselves, right? So accordingly, we have to know the process and all. So from 7.4 version till this, the server we are using is pgadmin 4 server we are using. See, what is the purpose of this is, see, in the application, anything we create, in the Pega PRPs, anything we create, everything will be connected in this rule base. Okay, what is rule base and all? Don't worry, today I'm not discussing more points and I don't want to confuse the new ones who joined today. So rule based setup only I'm showing. What is rule based and what are the rule based tables I'll discuss in coming classes. But if you want to see the rule based tables in your application, we have to configure this setup. Okay. So don't ask what is rule based tables today. You will get after 3 classes, after working on some scenario. Then I'll discuss and practical I'll show what is the things you'll be getting in the rule base. Today only I'm showing the configuration process only I'm showing. Purpose I'm not discussing, guys. So don't worry about the purpose. So purpose you will understand after few classes. Okay. So if you want to do this configuration, first of all in your system, your platform should be running. That is, this command prompt should be running. Okay. Without this, we cannot configure this setup. So I've already started means just minimize and keep it. Okay. Now wherever this Pega is installed, that is Pega is installed under one folder, right? In my directory means I have a directory. In my app directory I install this Pega. So you can see this folder, PRPC Personal Edition folder. Open that one and go to the path which I am showing. Go to PGSQL. You'll be having pgadmin 4, and here you'll be having bin, and you'll be having one file called pgadmin4.exe file. Actually, see, if you want to open the rule base means if you click on this, we can open the rule base. But every time coming to this path is very difficult. So what I'm going to do means I'm going to add a desktop shortcut for this file. Okay, so if you want to open the rule base means, so in these folders you'll be having this exe file. and using this file we can open and connect to the rule-based server we can connect. Okay, but if I want to open every time, we have to come to this path. So instead of coming to this path, what I'm doing is I'm going to add a desktop shortcut for this. Okay, send to desktop shortcut. See, this one previously it is not there. Okay, now because when application is installed, only these three shortcuts only will be created, and this one manually we have to add. Okay, added manually. So now what you need to do is double click on this. Okay, so double click on this icon. See, when you double click on this, in some systems or in most of the 80% of the systems, they will be getting some message. This error will be getting. Actually, I need to install some patch. I need to install. Okay, some system error we are going to get. Actually, there is some patch is available, guys. We need to install that patch. Okay, so if you are getting this error means, see, in my system, 8.4 I installed yesterday only. That's why I'm getting this error. In most of the systems, 80% of the systems, so they'll be getting this error. Okay, MS VCPL20.dll. This is some Microsoft error. Okay. So I have given one patch link. I have given. See, 80 to 90% of the systems will be getting this error. I've given the alert message also. So if you get that error, I've given a link here, Microsoft patch link. See, try to open in a browser. Okay, copy that URL and paste it in a browser and download that patch. Just some 6 or 7 MB size will be there. Just download that patch and you have to install. See, in most systems, you'll be getting this error. Okay, just download this patch. Okay, directly run them. Okay, this process will take some time. Okay, this setup and all just do. Okay, what are the process I'm showing? So follow this process and do this setup. This will take some time. Okay, some time it will be taking. And meanwhile, everyone share your email IDs, guys. Share your email IDs. I'll send the software. Meanwhile, share your email IDs to join the session. Okay, still loading this. So like that, these three files he not installed. So do that one. Tomorrow we'll continue again. Okay. So what the link is there in that link? It may take some time. Okay. So up to this three files, what are the files we have in the patch link? So try to install those files. It will take some time, right? So once it is completed, then if we have time, I will continue, guys. If everyone is having time, or is there any? mm, shall I continue the next session? It will take 50 minutes more time. It will take in overall process. Then next one. Okay. Meanwhile, any questions, anyone? Any questions, anyone?
Yeah, Hari. So after the installation, we have to configure this rule base, right?
Yeah, configure the rule base. Once installation is done, without installation, you cannot do this thing. After
Uh-huh.
installation only, you can do this.
Okay.
And yeah, interview questions you can see during classes only. You'll be getting most of the questions topic-wise, technical. I'll be discussing, and additionally, you'll be getting some more documents regarding the interview questions. Totally some 2-3 thousand questions I'll be sharing. If you prepare them, maximum any kind of interview you can clear. Okay. So all the dumps, everything, interview question, all the questions you'll be getting as a document format. So topic wise also some 50% questions topic wise in sessions only we'll be discussing, and later some additional documents you'll be getting. See if you prepare, see, in that certification questions and interview questions, totally you'll be getting some 3 to 5 thousand questions you'll be getting. Okay, there is a lot of dumps are there for preparing that only. It will be taking 1 month time. It will be taking for reading those documents and preparing for entry and certification. So all the materials I'll be sharing. So that if you prepare, that is more than enough. 200% that is sufficient to clear any interview. Okay. And others also Lakshman share your email ID. Somebody joined with the name who is Veera. Somebody joined with the name Veera. Drop your email ID. And
Uh, I shared my email ID in chat box, Hari.
okay, is it? Okay, I'll check. Lakshman shared, right? Lakshman is also Lakshman. I didn't find your email.
Although I've been already sent to you.
Okay, fine. Then Veera and Neelma share your email IDs. Okay. So once your installation, once again I'll click on that icon. Actually, restart is required. Suppose if it is not opening, then actually restart is required. So after restart, tomorrow only I'll continue. I'll try once again. So this time again, if it is, I'm getting that alert means okay. Without restart, it is working. So I'll continue. Just 10 minutes I'll take, guys. So once the patch is installed, then you can open that rule base. You can open when you click on that icon. See, sometimes if it is not opening means restart, guys. Okay. If we suppose try, first of all try again. If you are getting the same alert, then restart the system and then again try the same process. Suppose if restart without restart option, if you are able to open that one, no problem. Generally, sometimes if restart, then only it will be working. Okay. Then next step is see, and remember, if you restart the system directly, you cannot click on the pj24.exe icon. Can you click? Because we have to start the server. After starting server only, we can configure this rule base. So once you restart the system, remember, without starting the platform, you cannot directly click on the pj24.exe icon. Okay. So make sure if you restart the system means click on the startup icon. Then after 3-4 minutes, you can click on the pgadmin4.exe icon. So when you open, you'll be getting like this. Okay. Now do this, whatever I'm doing, do that configuration. but importance and purpose we'll understand later only. So right click on this server. So we are going to create a local host setup. So click on this server, and coming to the what information we have to give in, see the information we have to compulsory give exactly what I'm giving. We cannot give our own information. Name must be compulsory local host, because the Pega configuration, whenever it is setup is done, you can open application based on localhost setup only we can open. So here localhost is the connection type or connection name. So here the connection name we have to give localhost. Again, we have to go to the connection tab, and same here also host name or address also same localhost only. And remember, give it in lowercase. Don't give any uppercase here. In this connection, all the names must be given in lowercase. So give lowercase localhost, and see here database port number, database name, username, everything it will take automatically. See, suppose if you want to know where this information from where it is taken, if you want to know, not mandatory, but I will just share the information from where it is taken. See, if you go to your personal edition folder, you'll be having Tomcat, config, you'll be having context.xml, one file will be there. Try to open with Notepad. So there it will have all this information. Okay, that connection information, port information. There here will be having. Okay, see here this information it is going to take automatically there. The only thing is we have given the connection name manually. Another thing what we have to give is username automatically it has taken. Only thing we have to provide is password we have to provide. So what is password? Postgres is the password. Okay, so we have to give that manually. And every time no need to enter the password. Once you enable this checkbox, automatically whenever we open this rule base, so a database will be connected automatically. So this is one setting after the installation is completed. So give this password and enable this checkbox and give the connection name as localhost and click on save. So connection will be established, and this is the thing we have to do after installation is done. And in this, what are the things will be there? You will be having some rule-based tables. So what are rule-based tables? What is their importance and purpose? You'll understand after working on one execution, one flow execution. I will be discussing about the what is rule-based tables and what is their purpose and importance. After like in fourth session or third session, you'll be getting this topic. Okay. Then I will be discussing again. Just to do this simple configuration, nothing difficult. So installation process is also nothing difficult. Just follow the installation instructions step by step. But before doing, read the document, check your system requirement, check your RAM size. Okay, suppose any non-IT people are there, don't worry. If you want to see the system requirements, if you right click on your PC, go to properties. If you're using Windows, I'm saying, so you'll processor, any processor it will support, no problem. RAM size you can check here, and system type 64-bit or 32-bit you can check here. Okay, sometimes if your system is having 32-bit it will not support, so check your system type. Compulsory it should be 64-bit operating system, then only it will support the back installation. Okay, RAM size minimum 4 GB is required. Accordingly you can install this setup. Okay, so try this setup, and I'll share the file, download file by end of the day, because I need to upload to the directory, means to my Google Drive I have to upload, and then I'll be sharing by end of the day, guys. So what are the email IDs? Maximum provide your Gmail IDs. Okay, so only provide your Gmail account, so that it will be easy to share through the Google Drive. Okay. So any questions, anyone? That's for today, guys. So any questions, anyone?
Yeah, so Hari, like before restart, we have to stop the server, then only we can do
Yeah,
this
see,
thing, the
every
rule
time,
base.
see, if you put the system in sleep mode or hibernate, no need to shut down the server every time.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.